first lead of the night.
And the Andover Huskies are your section champion.
Welcome to Castle Field in Anoka. I'm Jim Childs, joined with world-class sprinter and announcer Joe Rulin. And we're here as the summer baseball schedule kicks off. We're young in the American Legion season, Joe. We've got Cambridge-Isanti against the Anoka Tornadoes, both coming in 2 and 3. Great to get back at the ballpark. Nice hot day. What can we expect tonight, Joe?
Well, I'm looking forward to watching the starting pitching for the Tornadoes here this season. Again, a Legion team with 5 games under their belt, the mark of 2 and 3. But on towing the rubber tonight for Anoka is going to be Grant Chapman. And Chapman comes in with 9 inning pitch. This is his third start of the season. He's 1-0 with an ERA of 0. Taking a look here at the starting lineup, he's going to face a Cambridge team that likes to swing the bat. And starting off is going to be Skoglund, followed by Copland, Randall, Moreno, Larson, Gerbert, followed by Grants, Miller, and Stilsky, playing first and batting ninth. So we'll get you set defensively for Anoka here in just a moment. But again, you're going to see a lot of pop, a lot of movement on the pitching here by Grant Chapman. Again, 9 innings pitched, his third start of the season, 1-0. Here's a key piece, Jim, 14 strikeouts this season.
That's outstanding. Starts out with a strike right down the middle from Chapman. Cody Randall steps in, the right fielder. And Cambridge-Isanti has doubled their win totals from high school. They are at 2. They're 2 and 3. Had 1 win during high school. Pitch inside.
They're, of course, led by head coach Jalen Hakes. As Cambridge, meanwhile, Coach Don Garlick is leading it here again for the Anoka Legion squad.
A heavy schedule. We'll talk more about that later, Joe, but fouled off by Randall. Count 1 and 2. Chapman ahead. And if you're going to get strikeouts, it's best when you can use all 4 of your or all 3 of your pitches right from the start.
And right now the wind is, well, let's just say more at the back than going out the outfield of that pitcher. It's blowing essentially from right field towards the Anoka third base dugout. A fierce wind.
Yeah, I can't imagine what it would be like without it. Ball fouled down the first base line past Austin Lang.
There's a bit of a yacker that time on that breaking pitch off speed, and it came inside the hands of the hitter. All he could do was put that thing foul. It's going to take some torque to go yard tonight at Castle Field to right field.
Nice job by Cody Randall to work that count full. He's 3 and 2. Chapman had 1-2 count. Now he's worked it full 2 fastballs. See if he goes back to the bread and butter. And there it is. He fouled off. Randall good at bat.
Meanwhile, Chapman just the 1 walk this season. And again, 14 strikeouts. That's an awesome ratio by the starting pitcher.
Here comes a pitch by Chapman. That's way off. That looked like maybe some perspiration might have let that off-speed pitch up on his hand, and that will be the first base runner of the game on a walk, and that'll bring up the center fielder, Brandon Copeland.
Team ERA this season for Anoka, again early on in the season, 3.92 as Copeland steps in.
High cheese upstairs, and that is a swinging strike.
Caught some nice velo on that release. That runner on first. Let's see how well it holds on. As again, you get a look at the catcher as well in Rodriguez for Anoka. Let's see what that pop time might be for him.
A good connection, shortstop to catcher. Shortstop to catcher, that's Deutschman to Rodriguez. That was one of Anoka's and there was a fake bunt. That ball is high. 2-1 right now. Chapman falling behind, 2-1.
Defensively set for Anoka is going to be Sawyer Chell in center field. Meanwhile, left field is Gons. And in right field, those would be critical spots, is Parker Colbert. I say that because of the wind. And Jim, I will say the number one thing people underestimate the most in baseball when it comes to the wind is communication.
Yes, you're absolutely right, especially with the wind blowing up, and you look up and you follow it. Here comes a 3-1 pitch, fastball right past Copeland.
I like the heat that time, walked the ladder, and he could not catch up with the high heat time of Chapman. Meanwhile, playing shortstop for Anoka will be Deutschman. And followed up first base is Lang, and second base Pakta. And then a hot pocket, Adam Anderson, second consecutive walk. That time by Chapman. Chapman had given up just one walk prior in his 2 previous starts. So trying to find that strike zone and calm things down, and also with that wind and the heat, you might see maybe some trouble gripping that ball.
Jackson Skoglund steps in. He's the pitcher tonight. He'll batting third. Ball up, goes through Rodriguez's glove, back to the screen. Both runners will move up.
That'll be a pass ball on Rodriguez. So a couple of ducks on the pond early here for Cambridge. Second and third, no one out. 1-0 count to the pitcher Skoglund. A big chance to help himself out on the mound tonight.
There's a chance to see Coach Yates there. And Hakes is the JV coach at the high school for Cambridge-Isanti. Played baseball at St. Michael Albertville, and also he was a coach at, he played baseball at UMD. 3-0 count. Chapman struggling with his control right now.
Meanwhile, the infield is in. They're all on the grass. Not just first and third, but the whole unit. 3-0 count.
Curveball in there for a strike.
Skoglund, number 3 hitter, probably looking for his particular pitch, and he goes now to a hitter's count. Still looking for the pitch he can put some screws to here.
This is where that communication comes in, Joe. Ball hit up, and a catch made. Nice catch by Bokta.
That is, I mean, in this weather, with this wind, nice job by Pakta. That's like trying to catch a punt. Twice the height in the NFL with the gunners coming down at you, because you have to look at your spot, but that wind just trails it off. Good job at second. That's a key first out here for Anoka.
Yeah, you see how that wind, Austin Lang, the first baseman, did not even really move, and it landed almost right on the foul line, about 15 feet north of the first base.
Brings up the number 4 hitter for Cambridge.
Jacob Moreno, he is the shortstop. He's at a 1-1 count. Chapman trying to keep those 2 runners at bay and keep Cambridge-Isanti off the score sheet in the first inning.
Infield tight. Apparently was up, but it looked pretty good.
Yeah, a good fastball. Looked like it was just right at the letters, but might have been a titch high. Chapman comes set. Fastball right off the plate. That brings the count to 3-1. That's the 4th straight 3-ball count by Chapman. Chapman's firing a lot of bullets in this first inning.
It's allowing the hitters to kind of sit on their pitch. 3-1 here.
There's a strike.
Got his pitch, and he still could get that bat around in time. Just a bit overpowered there. So second, third, full count.
Here it comes, and there's a strike 3. Good pitch by Chapman right on the outside corner.
Punched out, backwards K in the first K of the evening here for Chapman.
That's 2 down. That'll bring up Lincoln Larson, the left fielder. Infield goes back. Chapman comes set. First pitch right off the hands. Scooped up by Anderson over to Lang, and tag is made.
Nice
Good play
job
by Lang.
Beautiful play. On a night like this, he was ready to be active and athletic, and Lang was at first, slaps the tag on the throw that was just wide, and that is huge for Anoka to be able to avoid a run scored, as they had Cambridge runners at second and third and no outs, and they're unable to punch across the run. So let's see if Anoka can take that defensive momentum and bring it to the plate.
Lineup for the Anoka Legion. I think we can call them the Tornadoes. Leading off will be Sawyer
This wind
Shell.
feels like a tornado.
And it looks like to the west and north of us there may be some tornadoes, as we've got some weather possibly coming through. Taylor will keep us updated on that. Jacob Deutschman is batting second, the shortstop. Jake Gonzi is the left fielder batting third. Parker Colbert is the right fielder. And the cleanup hitter batting fifth is Austin Lang, followed by Adam Anderson, the third baseman. The DH will be May Holsley. And batting eighth will be Keenan Rodriguez, and followed by the third baseman, Ben Pakta.
Having a good start to the Legion season as Shell hitting about 500 already, but they're getting some great offense support up and down. In fact, you got a guy, Adam Anderson, who had a pretty good spring, just hitting at right now at 3 for 14. So, you'll see him come alive as well throughout the season. But meanwhile, as a whole, as a team, Anoka comes in hitting 265 as a unit, on base percentage of 429. They have 31 walks on the season and 38 strikeouts. So it's a case of trying to put that ball into play for Anoka as they'll face the starting pitcher tonight here for Cambridge and Skoglund.
Skoglund comes in, had a good high school season. He's on the bump for Cambridge-Isanti. This week starts a lot of games for the Tornadoes. They have possibly 8 games in 6 days, as they will go to Grand Rapids this weekend for a tournament. And if they make it to Sunday, that'll be 10 games in 7 days, which that means a lot of at-bats for these 15 folks, for 15 players for the Tornadoes, as Sawyer Shell steps in, the lefty, against Skoglund.
Comes in hitting 500 on the season, 8 for 16.
First pitch up high.
A couple of RBIs. And so far just trying to keep that in play. He's at a 600 on-base percentage. So you like to get him on base and use that speed.
One of the fun things about Legion is you'll notice on the Anoka, comes that second pitch down low, 2-0. On the Anoka jerseys on their back, they have nicknames, and that jelly is Sawyer Shell's nickname. 3-0. Both pitchers having a difficult time trying to find that strike zone on the first couple of batters.
Yeah, just trying to rush that motion a bit, not quite getting extension either. So it may take a couple of hitters before they start to get into the flow.
Pitch right down Broadway. Shell taking it all the way.
Good crowd here, but if they're not here, I'm sure it's a bigger crowd at home listening to us, Jim.
Yes, absolutely. Followed back by Shell. Full count. This is mirroring that first inning.
I always kind of like to see what pitchers kind of have their tendency of throwing with a 3-2 count, even though it's early in the game. I love to try to track those little tips.
And
breaking pitch.
Yeah, that's
that
strike
one,
3.
That one from the East Coast to the West Coast.
Yeah,
punched out, called looking, and a pretty active breaking pitch. And first one is in the book, and now number 2 hitter gets a look, and that's in Deutschman.
Jacob Deutschman, shortstop.
Hitting 286 on the season, 4 for 14.
Doesn't pull the trigger, and that ball was inside. Deutschman has many records, high school records, mostly on the football team, as he was an outstanding quarterback. Pitch up high, a 2-0.
Deutschman with 5 walks this far of the season and 3 RBIs to go along with that 4 for 14. The 286 average, but an impressive 474 on base percentage.
Skoglund into the windup, throws another curveball that just rips the outside part of the plate, and that is another kind of mystical strike.
Backdoor breaking ball.
See if he goes back to it again on this 2-1 pitch. He does. And that one is just off, almost the exact same spot.
Well, early on here, at least for the first 2 hitters, he's throwing backwards. A lot of breaking pitches and maybe the fastball just to keep him in check.
Fastball hit up high into the air. Second base Miller is there, catches it. Boy, initially when that came out, you thought for sure that was going to be in right field.
Right, Jim.
It was pushed right into the second baseman. So
Miller hauls it in, but anything in the air is going to be a gamble tonight.
Yep. Bring up Jake Gonzi. Anoka loaded with lefties. I always like to see the lefties.
Gonzi had a nice high school season on the mound as well for Anoka. Currently comes in 4 for 10.
Inside, actually nipped him. Hit by a pitch. He'll take first base. We'll
Started off with a breaking pitch again, as he did that time to Deutschman. So 2 runners on, 1 on. That's Gonzi. Excuse me, Gons. But I was trying to see if Gons had any stolen bases. I'm sorry, Jim. Back to you in the studio.
Parker Colbertstedt's in the right fielder.
Colbert comes in here 6 for 13. He's got a home run, a triple, a double. Hitting .462 thus far. Tied for the team lead in RBIs.
Fastball out off the plate.
He has 5 RBIs.
Not too bad.
Tied with Anderson.
With in 5 games, 5 RBIs. It's a good clip.
Interesting to keep an eye on that outfield where they're playing. They have yet to have a ball either team hit to that outfield. I'm waiting to see that first one just to kind of see the adjustments they'll need to make. In left field, of course, the sun in the eyes of the left fielders.
Skoglund comes set. Here comes the 2-0 delivery, and that's outside, so 3-0.
He dropped that oval on that pitch and dragged his arm across, and you could see when he did that, he also opened up that front shoulder and took that ball way out of the strike zone. You can tell he's trying to be very careful.
And pitch outside. And that'll be a walk, so hit by a batter, hit by pitch, and a walk to Colbert. And we have a rally for the Tornadoes. That brings up first baseman Austin Lang. Lang, great high school season.
Trying to pick up that average a bit, 3 for 13 so far at 231 is Lang.
Pitch on the outside part of the plate, strike,
Skoglund,
fastball.
Yeah, Skoglund at that last at bat. Then the battle he had there with Colbert, he looked very tentative and almost like he was trying to be too perfect and really didn't have a lot around the plate.
Yeah, he hasn't cut one down the middle. It has been on the corners each time. That one up, fastball up. And we have a 2-0, a 1-1 count.
It is, and on a windy night like this, your technique has to be just solid as a pitcher. You can't open up that shoulder too early. I always think of golfers when you always say, hey, how did you hit that shot? How did you sink that putt? And they'll say it's all about the technique and the process and just sticking with it. And on a windy day like this, you'll see the same thing here.
Absolutely. Curveball, and that one's going to be to the right fielder, Cody Randall. And there's your hit out to the outfield, Joe. Cody Randall
sliced it out to him.
Sliced it out there and was able to corral it. That's the end of one. Both teams have left a couple on base. We have going to the top of the second. Score is 0-0. We'll be right back.
sight, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
It is a windy night. Copyright almost the Windy City in Chicago. We are in Anoka, Castlefield. Joe Rulin along with Jim Childs, ending number 2 for Legion Baseball. A season or many times than the high school season. And a lot of games in a short amount of time, but exciting, great, and a great venue to watch it here. Anoka comes in with a mark of 2-3, taking on Cambridge. And it is truly a windy night. I'm not sure what that gauge on that wind is. I got to think at least 25, 30 miles an hour, but it's blowing in from right field towards the third base line. So stepping in after being held scoreless in the first is Cambridge, and setting in now number 24 for this Cambridge unit. Swung on and missed, jumping out front. Again, Hartman towing the rubber tonight for Anoka, his third start of the season. He's currently 1-0.
It's the catcher, Austin Giebert, up for.
Hitting up here for Cambridge-Isanti. 1-1 now in the delivery. Good pitch. Over the top with that swing. A 1 ball, 2 strikes, maybe a 12-6 on that breaking pitch. Currently an ERA of 0 for the Anoka pitcher.
On the back, it says Big Chap. He's throwing, to be honest, Cambridge-Isanti's having a tough time catching up to these fastball. There's one down.
Just missed on that. 3 balls, 2 strikes here, and they'll get another look. And let's see what he comes with. What's his go-to pitch? 3 balls, 2 strikes. No score. Top half of the second. Swung on. That's a base hit. Could be extra bases as that thing gets down the right field line. Nice job of getting over to cut that off down the right field line and into that wind. So the first hit of the game will go to the catcher for Cambridge, Ingabert. Setting up now the number 2.
Nate Krantz.
Had that here, thank you. Krantz steps in. Runner on first. Again, Cambridge started that first inning. Runners in second and third with no outs, and they couldn't punch that runner across. Nice job of Anoka to buckle down. Chapman missed on that first pitch. 1-0, keeping an eye on the runner. Swung on, couldn't catch up with that fastball. Nice get up and go, and Grant's swing and a miss is that 1 ball, 1 strike. Do we still have the catcher running, or is that a pinch?
It is a pinch hitter, yes.
And
I haven't been
I was
able
going to say the catcher.
All right, courtesy runner, I should say. I believe that's Peyton Brown.
Just off the plate that time.
Tanner Johnson, my bad. Tanner Johnson is at first as courtesy running.
I was going to be impressed if it was the catcher running. Jim, did you run when you were in high school?
They hadn't invented courtesy runners yet.
Swung on, missed, hit and run perhaps, and a throw down to second. Beyond second, the runner thinks about advancing to third, gets back to second. Good move by Hebert that time as the throw from Rodriguez sailed over the top of second base. Looks like they had the hit and run moving that time. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. A good count to do it on. 2 ball on a 2-1 count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. No one out. Cambridge threatening again here in the second. Swung on and missed. Second strikeout of the game by Chapman.
Yeah, Chapman's got that fastball rolling. And one thing you can't teach is speed. And he
had some get up and go.
Rance was just behind that. Sam Miller comes up, second baseman.
Runner on second for Cambridge. Late on that swing, looked like he was just trying to poke at it, and Chapman hit the outside part of the plate. It would have been a strike anyway. 0-1 up ahead in this count. 1 out. Runners, or outfield rather, pretty much straight away. The runner at second takes the tertiary lead after the release, and good job, good pinpoint location right now. So it looks like Chapman's starting to settle in. He's hitting the spots. Up in this count, 0-2. Back pickoff move, and good job coming from shortest Deutschman. 0-2, 1 out, runner at second. Again, Cambridge threatened into first. Runners at second and third, no one out. Could not push anyone across. But they're threatening again here in the second. Off the mark that time.
That's a good pitch right there. Miller has been behind on both fastballs, so you can get him to climb the ladder a little bit. They're playing him to go oppo. That one fouled off. Again, Miller way behind, right off the hands.
Joined up here in the booth also by Jeff Nelson. Keller saw Dave Steinbring earlier, St. Cloud State tight end legend, and still a legend in his own mind from what it sounds like after chatting with him for 5 minutes. And then also joined by Carter Olson up here. We tried to squeeze some information on the pitcher up here. He was cautiously quiet. Swung on, missed, second consecutive strikeout, throwing some darts, bringing some serious velo that time. Chapman, his second consecutive strikeout, his third of the game. A little giddy up and go here. He could not catch up with that. Looking to try to flip this lineup if they could. It's going to be at least another hitter here is stepping up with 2 outs.
Tony Stilsky, the first baseman, lefty.
First baseman and the number 9 hitter. So 2 out again. Had a runner in scoring position, did Cambridge, early in this top half of the second. And let's see if Anoka can shut him down. Let's see if Chapman can get the hat trick and strike out the side. 1 ball, 1 strike. Great location. Just off the mark, maybe a little low, but still a good location to spot that pitch. 2-1 on Monday night. Swung and foul here. Temperature, oh, it's easy up here in the booth. It's a 94, and you know, what do they call it? The heat index, near 100.
I think it's near boiling water.
Do you know what that is? 212 degrees.
212 degrees. And I
hate
think
to be
then it may be over that. This
swung on and missed, taking and striking out the side. Talking about heating it up. Chapman for 3 consecutive strikeouts that inning. Strikes out the side for Cambridge. That gives him 4 on the night already. And we're going to go to the bottom of the second. No score. Here is Anoka. Gets a chance to showcase those bats.
You know, I think, Joe, we've done a bunch of games together, baseball, and I think the one thing that I think both you and I can agree with is when the pitcher throws strikes, generally it's a good outcome for your team.
It is. And the pace of the play.
Yes. Yep.
Now what Anoka probably wants to try to accomplish is keep that leadoff runner off. And but you see games, you see pitchers get into that zone when there's no base runners. And people sometimes wonder, why did the game slow down? it just kind of changes the mojo of that pitcher. They're checking on different things. They're looking, keeping a runner on, and then trying to hit their spot. So get a look at the crowd here.
Good crowd here tonight.
Looking at it. And that means good crowds at home as well, listening in their air conditioning environments or local restaurants as well, pulling it in. Joe Rulin along with Jim Giles, and a Monday Night Lights presentation on QCTV as we get a chance to take a look at Anoka Legion squad, and off to a 2-3 mark.
They've got plenty of time to get through this. They've got a minimum of 35 game schedule in about 45 days. It is a fast and furious pace. This Legion comes on, and it's a game almost every night. Five games in a week would not be uncommon. More than 5 would not be uncommon.
So a chance here now for Anoka to get things going here. Bottom half of the second, stepping in Adam Anderson. Anderson comes in with a 3 for 14 average, or at bats. On base percentage of 363. And he is currently tied for that team lead in RBIs. He's tied with Colbert with 5. Holds back, kind of jammed him inside that time. Nice pitch, but he held back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Skoglund on the mound tonight for Cambridge squad also. As you mentioned, Jim, a couple of wins. Nice pitch there, breaking pitch. Down and away, tough to get a piece of that. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and you've seen Skoglund really, if he had that dominant pitch, I got to think it's about 60% breaking balls in that first inning.
Yeah, it is. And yeah, you kind of try to complement with your fastball, another breaking pitch down.
That one, he looked like he tried to take a little bit more speed off of that and just hit a spot, missed it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bottom half of the second here, Castle Field, no score between Anoka and Cambridge. That one misses over the top.
Yeah, over the top of Anderson.
Yes.
That one got away and just about hit the bat. That could have been a foul ball, but instead it's ball 3.
Boy, I think might have been 1 fastball at that at bat. Yep. But otherwise consistent breaking pitches that time from Skoglund, and they cost him. He lost. It was ahead in the count 1-2. Good at bat by Anderson. And I always say, so many times for not hitting well, maybe it's just watching those pitches, taking a look at those, and let's see if that can shake things loose here. He had 1 walk previously on the season, did Anderson. That's his second. He had 6 strikeouts previous at bat. So Hoheisel steps in, Max Hoheisel. Just had a couple of plate appearances this season.
Big Max, according to the back of his jersey.
You got it.
There's a breaking pitch.
I'm going to guess one they didn't think of to have because it dates me as Max Headroom. Remember that one?
Max Headroom.
Oh, yes.
What movie was that?
It was a little promo out probably back in 88, 89. Throw over.
Well, that was before they invented color, Rose.
Yes. That's when we still used to edit on 3/4 inch tape. So
over there, back in plenty of time.
Let's a look here. Up top, the runner is going. Throw is too high, and the shortstop fortunately backing up as that air ball. You see both catchers, I think, really try to get some extra pop time, increase their efficiency, but they're throwing into that wind. Sometimes you compromise that technique a bit. So runner at second. Andover gets a chance to scoring position there with Anderson. And it's now a 3-1 count for Hoheisel.
Anoka scoring position. Good pitch right on the outside part of the plate. That was so another 3-ball count, another full count. We've had we're full of full counts tonight.
Pitch count certainly going to run if it continues this way for both pitchers. There's a delivery, breaking pitch again, just missed.
Boy, that was a mystery for either pitcher or the batter. They both kind of didn't commit to a walk or a strikeout.
That's a tough one to not swing at. But
yes,
that's set up here. Sometimes as a hitter, you're kind of looking for that one pitch, but with that 2-strike count, you're ready. Just missed. Setting up now for the catcher, Keenan Rodriguez. Rodriguez steps in, 200 average, 1 for 5 on the season. Good time for that bunt. If he gets that pitch.
Let's see, the third baseman for Cambridge-Isanti is playing back. You can throw it down and he pitch it right back.
No one's at first. And good execution. I always say, what do I say? The power of the bunt. And I'll tell you, it's not done enough, and especially Legion sometimes, you don't have enough reps to figure out the coverage, who's got what, and there was no one at first, so that's going to be a base hit.
Yeah, generally, in all circumstances, second baseman who went to cover seconds, that was Sam Miller. That's his bag to get over there. He pointed at the pitcher and said it was my bad, so he knew.
Rodriguez getting an aggressive lead over at first. And stepping in now, the number 9 hitter, and a chance for a couple of RBIs here for Pakta, Ben Pakta. Pakta currently hitting 154. Swung on, missed that breaking pitch. Hey, if you can get that, or maybe if you're Cambridge, you're thinking a breaking pitch, maybe induce a ground ball. Right now, if you're Pakta, you're thinking, hey, I just want to drive. Suicide squeezes on. Missed on that bunch. That was up and away. Tough ball to bunt on that suicide squeeze. Love the squeeze. I love the suicide squeeze. Coach Don decided it was a good time to execute it with your number 9 hitter and bases juiced. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jim, do you think we're going to see that again with 2 strikes?
I don't think so. But Pak did a good job of being able to follow that one off and save an out.
Waves at a breaking pitch just out of the strike zone. And that's the first out of this bottom of the second for Andover, but they flipped the lineup now to the top half. And they're going to have a little quick team meeting here, as I haven't seen anyone warm up, but quick to come to the mound here with the bases juiced, 1 out, and the leadoff hitter.
Well, I think this is more on, hey, okay, we've got 1 out. We're going to play the middle back, which will hopefully allow you to possibly get a double play, and the corners up, and kind of explaining, what to do and where to go. I think that has a lot to do with this mound meeting. Umpire's going to go out there and break this up quickly.
Have to do that. Come to the bat. It's going to be Sawyer Chell. Chell gets a look. It comes back, and see if they're thinking of a scheme. They're thinking, okay, suicide squeeze. What do you think? They just did it last hitter, but you got your leadoff hitter in Chell hitting about 500.
They're actually going to play the infield, all the infield up. They're going to go home if it's hit to them. And Shell's job is to hit the ball hard on the ground somewhere, or a fly ball out to the outfield. That's really no pop up, no strikeout.
Pitch misses also, 2-0 to count. When Skoglund comes inside, you can see he's trying to lock up those hitters and not allow them to get extension. 2-0. It's the count here to Chell. Anoka looking to capitalize with the bases juice. This one way inside.
The 3-ball count.
Golden opportunity here for Anoka to jump out to an early lead. Bottom of the second. 1 out, and the bases are loaded. The delivery to Chell. He'll get an RBI for that walk.
Yeah, Adam Anderson comes in to score.
His 3rd RBI of the season. As you mentioned, Anderson comes in to score, and it's Anoka with a 1-0 lead, and it goes from bad to worse as Deutschman now comes to bat. As you can see, that pitch just nowhere close. the delivery here. Outside part of the plate. Wow, that's that call. It was a tough one. Whoa.
Sometimes when the umpire sets up on the inside, that the outside becomes a little bit more exposed. Looks like Cambridge-Isanti is going to have a couple people warm up in the bullpen.
Whoa. Breaking pitch. A backdoor breaking pitch. That looked like it just made it to the front step, not quite to the door, and that's called a strike.
Yep.
0-2 to count. Deutschman looking for that pitch and the breaking pitch up high.
Yeah, really a chance to break this game open if can get anything through the infield.
Scoggin looks like he has no interest in throwing a fastball. This one's lifted to short. With that wind, it's still going to be dangerous. It's going to be a chasing ball, and a beautiful catch at short by the Cambridge shortstop. I really thought he was going to have more problems with it, but Moreno makes a beautiful play. Reaches back, and in that wind, it's a vicious wind moving from right field to the third base line.
Yeah, and I didn't hear infield fly rule. That should have been called. And Moreno there with just an incredible catch. Really difficult catch.
Rodriguez is probably going to get a runner with 2 outs, so he can get ready and jumping in. There's number 18 for Anoka, Logan Jungling.
There's been a bunch of junglings that have gone through the system here. All good ball players.
Jake Gahn steps in, number 3 hitter. For Anoka, still a chance for a couple of RBIs as Anoka, bases juiced. They've pushed 1 across so far. On the walk. Over the top on that swing. Again, Gahn's that time. Even though he knows that breaking pitch is coming, I think it's probably closer to about 85% breaking pitches here than 15. It's like he has my fastball in high school.
Gonzi, that one did not break. It looked like it was slow enough to, just didn't break.
And you mentioned there is activity in the bullpen. Number 11 is a toss in there for Cambridge. We got 2 out, bottom of the second. 2s are wild. Bases are loaded for Anoka. 1 run in already. This fastball is up high. Great situation here for Gons, as I mentioned, this season. 4 for 10. 6 runs scored, 8 walks. Strike called.
It's not a bad. That was actually a good take. That ball's on the outside. If you try to pull it, there's a good opportunity. It's just going to be a grounder to second baseman. So
runners will be off here.
Look for your pitch on this one.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 off. Runners are gone, and here's the pitch up high. Another RBI for an Anoka hitter on a walk. So 2-0 lead here, and crossing the plate is Hoheisel. Picks up a run, and now Anoka has jumped out to that 2-0 lead. As you can see, that pitch was way up top.
And he just didn't finish that pitch.
You don't watch it. You're not seeing, hey, the drop down, and as you mentioned, Jim, that follow through.
Yep.
Most of that movement comes from that follow through. Bases loaded here, continues for Anoka. Stepping in the number 4 hitter, Parker Colbert. As I mentioned, he's one of the leaders on the team, tied for RBIs with 5.
So hit out to the outfield will score at least 2. The center and right fielder are playing in.
Colbert walked his last time up. Off the plate here, and boy, he looks like he's just trying to be so perfect on each of these shots or pitches that he's going after each of these with just the corner of the plate and not getting those calls. Oh, he had a grip and a rip that time. Matched the velocity of the wind of that swing. Colbert, as I mentioned, walked in that first inning. Has a home run, a triple, a double, and a single, so he's hit for the cycle this season. and watches a second strike here. Again, twos are wild here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 in for Anoka. Chance here for Colbert to collect a couple of RBIs. Swung on and missed, and Anoka will leave them loaded, but they do push 2 runs across, so Anoka jumps out to a 2-0 lead after 2 complete here. Anoka, and a chance to see them put together a win against Cambridge.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made her college years happen. Opening that education savings account when she was little. Spearheading a campus tour. And another, and another, and another, and another. Bam! Deciphering financial aid. She was like, what? And now she's like, you aced planning for college. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Being prepared is a part of who you are, but it's especially important in the case of a disaster. Be informed about possible emergencies in your area. Make a plan that covers where you go in an emergency. Build a kit with the things you need to survive. There's no one more capable of planning for your situation than you. Start your plan today. Go to ready.gov/myplan.
Welcome back, and you can see the parade of strikeouts as Chapman
has 4 so far after
Yes.
2 innings. He struck out the side in that second. Let's see if Cambridge has made the adjustments, and I like that.
not the 4th of July yet, but it sure seems like it right there.
Still Star Spangled Banner outfit, and no pants to match, but I'm going to say it's still solid. Shoeless. Wow. Some swag with that wardrobe.
So Chapman starts off with fastball. It's kind of his bread and butter, as he found out on the lower part of the order. This last one to Cordy Randall, who worked out a walk in the first inning.
Battle it there, yeah. See what he can come back. Now they're getting their second look here at Chapman and see what they've picked up from their first venue through. Of course, that second inning was lights out. Chapman with 3 strikeouts.
Fly ball, foul, pushed out into the parking lot.
And is that where the gentleman was sitting with that flag and
No,
shoes out there? Or was that on the other side?
He's right down by the.
Hey, I like it. Got a little swag going there, and that's just down the left field line. And good look here is Castlefield. I'll take this heat. The winter frustrates me. and plus, I call it kind of a happy hour humidity. It's like a 2-for-1. When I walk, I sweat twice as much in this humidity. Like
0-2 pitch. Chapman comes in, slows it down, and no chasing. He's got to, if you can get that down and get that around the outside part around the knees, that's a good pitch. See if they can chase.
Matza, that flows up top, so we're back here to a chance to see if Randall can extend this at bat and find a place in the outfield.
Ball up the line, foul. Randall gave a good battle in that first inning. We fouled off a couple of tough pitches from Chapman and worked out a walk, probably an 8 or 9 pitch at bat. And here he's battling as well. 2-2 count. Chapman gets the sign. Outfield for Anoka is in. Fastball strike right up around the eyes, and Randall couldn't keep off.
He gassed it right by him, walked the ladder that time, and he couldn't catch up on that fastball. 4 straight strikeouts now for Chapman. As you can tell, he has certainly in the zone. Grant Chapman again with an ERA, I'm sorry, Jim, of 0 coming in.
Still at 0. Brandon Copeland steps in. He worked out a walk also in that first inning. Center fielder hasn't seen much action out in the field. And he's got a 1-1 count.
Off the plate, let's see what he comes back with. See if he tries to come inside with the fastball. He's sitting over the plate looking for a breaking pitch. Lock him up inside.
Fouled back right on the hands. Good pitch by Chapman. That's he couldn't get his hands around, and it just kind of locked up.
That's it. And so his formula so far is with those 2 strikes, he'll walk the ladder here and see if they chase a fastball letter high. Goes with that breaking pitch. Nice job. Took a little off of that.
I think that was called a rainbow curve by one of the scouts for Anoka.
Some great insight.
Yeah.
There it is.
Fastball, strike. He's on a roll right now. That's the 5th strikeout in a row. And Cambridge-Isanti cannot lay off that high fastball.
They're not going to catch up with it when they get cost, and they sit and wave at it right here. High and a little out of the strike zone, maybe the outside part of the plate, but they just seem to be guessing and really kind of lunging at those pitches. But good job by Chapman. Now 6 already here as we have 2 out in the top of the 3rd.
Pitch down low. 5 in a row. We'll have to ask what the super fans' knowledge is on strikeouts in a row for American Legion and Anoka. I'm sure he's got that cataloged somewhere. Ball fall out into left center field. Shell there, and he drops it. It goes off his glove. And strolling into second base is Jason Skoglund.
That'll be an error, as he had that tracked, even though the wind kind of held that up for him to get there. I couldn't tell because the pole was in my way, but I was going to see here on the replay, was he looking at the other fielder coming over?
No, he just
off it. Nope.
No sun, and
first error of the game here for Anoka. That leaves Cambridge with a runner on second, Jim, and 2 outs. They've had a runner on board every inning.
That gets past Rodriguez. They've had a runner in scoring position every inning. You're absolutely right. In the first inning, runners on second and third with nobody out. Last inning, runner on second with 1 out. And now, runner on third with 2 outs. And your cleanup hitter, Jacob Moreno, the shortstop.
Good gas.
Yep. Way behind on that one.
Yep, some good velo. Again, keeping that technique and extension out. Getting some good arm whip as well. Comes back, tries to throw a dart that time and hits it. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, his best pitch is a fastball right now against this team. And, there really shouldn't be anything other than that occasional off-speed pitch. There he goes, strike 3. Right down Broadway past Moreno, and he was about a day late. And that finishes the side for the Cambridge-Isanti Legion team, and 6 strikeouts in the last 2 innings, 7 overall for Chapman. Pretty impressive.
Yep, 6 straight Ks, and now they're going to have to find an answer. This Cambridge squad the Anoka squad has a chance to add to that lead. Temperature is 99 degrees. All right, I love that. 99 degrees.
Loosens everything up, doesn't it? It just does. So, and wind at 17.3 miles an hour. I tell you what, we're getting pretty exact, and I would challenge it at 17.3 miles an hour.
So, I've been talking 25, 30. You guys need to support me on that miles per hour.
I'm with you.
Come on, Taylor and guys. So that's 17th from the south. Forecast partly cloudy. Humidity feels more than 33%, but we're going to give it a go and see what else they can do here. As the play in the outfield, I don't know if the wind had that ball moving or what, but here at Castle Field, they got a little velo coming from right center across to the third base line, and it's going to be a an Anoka squad that's going to have a chance to extend that lead here. New pitcher. Now also.
Peyton Brown comes in for Cambridge-Isanti.
Let's see what he provides. It was just a lot of breaking pitches, and Skoglund just looked, maybe the arm was sore or tentative, what have you. But
well, like you said, he threw a lot of pitches, so I'm trying to see if he's out in the outfield or if he's anywhere. Maybe back out. They can be able to get it back. But yeah, he had a tough time finding anywhere around home plate. And hey, one thing great about the Legion season, and that means the Gopher Classic will be happening second weekend in July, and Castle Field will be the host again, site again. And what a lineup, Joe. St. Louis Park, Lino Lakes, Post 2, Fargo will be here.
Wow.
Brookings, Millard West, one of the Omaha, and I believe that they went to the World Series last year. Mm-hmm. So 2019, Fargo won the World Series, or came in second, I think. So some great baseball coming up here as we start the bottom of the third inning. Line drive down the line and foul, as Austin Lang got into one and just ripped it, and it's foul about 30 feet, but
had a good look at it. Austin Lang came in tomorrow, 3 for 13. And in that first inning, he had a flyout. So 3 for 14 for him on the season. Came in hitting .231, on base percentage of .375. He really did have a pretty good high school season, both pitching in at the plate.
And here comes Brown. Fastball inside. Oh, strike. And he's down in the count, 1-2.
So when you get a different pitcher in, you're getting different release points, a different motion.
Yep.
And so you're trying to pick up and take some pitches and see what you can do to jump on, even though he did jump on that first pitch by Brown, just hit it foul.
Ooh, that was a 45-foot fastball. As you see him try to wipe off, again, the perspiration. When it's 99 degrees out, it's nice to have a little rosin out there, and that's not always something provided. So then it comes to your pants.
Off the mark. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, and I'm going to guess Lane is thinking he's going to get what he got the first pitch. They usually want a first pitch, come in with something he's comfortable with in Brown, and he needs that here at 3-2.
Hit right up the middle, and that's taken by Moreno. Moreno off the mark, and tag put on by...
Got him by a half a step.
Yeah, Skulski with a nice tag.
Unleashed a throw, did Moreno, but...
Actually, that is Skoglund now. Skoglund is over in shortstop. Great tag, nice play by the first baseman, Troy Skulski.
Yep, Skulski that time, very impressed with that play. So 1 down here for Anoka. Bottom half of the third, they're up to the 2-0 lead, and stepping in is Adam Anderson.
Anderson drives out to left center field. That one's deep, and it is collected. It is caught. Couldn't see from here, but it looks like
catch, and
Brandon Choplin.
Very well tracked.
Copeland with
he had to cover some territory, and you know, once your foot hits that warning track, you really do get a little cautious, but he continued to focus, made the catch, and then momentum took him down to the ground. And what an impressive catch, but that was a shot.
Yes, it
shot
was.
There by Anderson. In fact, it was into some wind. So he got his hands out on that.
Max Holzheier was in now. Big Max.
Hoheisel walked and scored in that second inning for Anoka.
Only hit so far is Keenan Rodriguez's bunt. That was misplayed by Well, that misplay, just not, the first base was not covered. That's the only hit so far for Anoka. And Brown with the look in, he's got his pitch. Hoheisel takes it, and it's a 2-1 count now.
Yep. I'll say this, Brown is not afraid to come inside. He likes to pound those hands. From Skoglund, you saw him kind of working middle of the plate. Once in a while, he'd come inside, but I'm not so sure that wasn't just a miscue.
And there's a solid base hit. Hoheisel with a rip out into left field. That's
his first hit of the season. That was just his fourth plate appearance of the season because of the walk. Now 1 for 3. I'm sure he's delighted to have an average. So let's see what the Anoka squad can get going here with 2 outs.
Well, Keenan Rodriguez's walk-up song is Baby Shark. I don't necessarily know if that was what he wanted. Was that what he wanted?
I think that's just Jeff Nelson's favorite.
Another bunt and good catch by the catcher, Hebert. And really some fine plays, all 3 outs, one by the first baseman, Skyskley, on a tag. Great play by the center fielder, and this bunt caught by the catcher.
Nice job, way to extend. And Krantz makes that catch. Beautiful play to get his pitcher out of the inning.
Yes, so and we're at the end of 3. Anoka's up with a 2-run lead as we head to the top of the 4th. We'll be right back.
Did you get a call or message that mentioned Social Security that made you feel threatened or scared? That is not the Social Security Administration. Social Security will not threaten you, press you for personal information, or demand instant payment. Social Security does not accept payments by gift card, prepaid debit card, internet currency, or by mailing cash. Criminals use these forms of payment because they are hard to trace. Don't fall for it. Hang up, ignore them. Report this criminal activity to oig.ssa.gov.
Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
What is dementia? Is it the same as Alzheimer's? If someone has memory loss, does that mean they have dementia? Millions of Americans ask these questions every day. Hello, I'm Kevin Jameson, volunteer and president of the Dementia Society of America. Please request our free guide filled with facts about dementia and ways you can keep your brain as healthy as possible. Go to 1-800-DEMENTIA.org or call 1-800-DEMENTIA. You want to live your life to the fullest, and we can help.
Monday night at Castle Field, Joe Rulin along with Jim Childs. This is QCTV and Legion Baseball. Anoka with a 2-0 lead over Cambridge. And we have some changes for Anoka as we start the top half of the 4th. The catcher change has been made. And now in at catcher will be Noah Thielen. Meanwhile, pitching for Anoka is Hayden Torgerson. Keep in mind that he is replacing. That's a tough act to follow. Chapman, in the 3 innings of work, struck out 7. In fact, he struck out his last 6 hitters, did Chapman. So we go to the 4th here, and they'll get a look at Hayden Torgerson, who comes in with a couple of games. This will be his 3rd appearance of the year. And he's given up 7 hits, 5 runs, 3 earned, an ERA of 7.0. Meanwhile, 5 strikeouts on the season. First pitch a strike to Cambridge. This one down and in, number 9 now stepping in, his 2nd at bat for Cambridge.
Lincoln Larson had grounded out to shortstop, Deutschman. Austin Lang made a good tag play on a little bit of an errant throw.
Coach Don Garlock, he's going to make that change here in the 4th and get some pitchers and some rotations and work those arms, and that's fine. Beautiful frozen pizza breaking pitch. And the first hitter for Cambridge retired here in the top half of the 4th. That's the 7th consecutive strikeout for Andover pitchers. Beautiful pitch.
Yeah, 8 out of the 10 outs so far have been strikeouts for Anoka. They are, Jorgensen, same recipe, same result.
Gabert now steps in. The catcher.
He's got the only hit so far for Cambridge-Isanti with a line drive to right field. Stolen base by Tanner Johnson, who was one of the courtesy runners.
2-0 delivery. This one's lifted to the gap. I don't think Chell's going to catch up with that. That's beyond Chell, over his head. He runs it down. Good job of gathering it in, but it'll be a double for Hebert. He laced that shot by a pitch by Torgerson. And so once again, Cambridge runners in scoring position. This runner at second, so the 4th consecutive inning that they've had runners at least at second or third. Let's see if they can capitalize here. That time left over the middle of the plate, got his hands to the ball and scalded that one. That was hit on a line, and Shell little time to react. So 1 out, runner at second. And again, now threatening is Cambridge.
Good breaking pitch. Breaks over the inside part of the plate.
Krantz steps in here for the Cambridge squad.
It's going to be surprising, but he did strike out his last time up.
There's a hard bouncer, a 3-hopper to second in time, makes the play, and a quick throw over to try to catch the pinch runner off. But back in time, but he got the runner over to third. Nice play. I'm always nervous, just as a former infielder. 3 hops.
Yes.
Those 3 hoppers are the most difficult here, and you can see the second baseman making a nice play.
Let's see what the throw. Quick snap throw.
Pakta there, and then got the throw to first, and then when it came over to first that time, it was also Lang who whipped one over trying to catch the runner off guard. So 2 outs, runner at third. And again, runners in scoring position.
Joe, you and I both were coaches. I always get I get a little nervous when we make those long throws across the infield with 2 outs.
Correct. Miller stepping in, lifts this one foul.
Sam Miller struck out his last time up. Good view of the grandstand tonight as the sun goes down.
Gorgeous. Cool air and maybe some clouds moving in, nothing yet. Breaking pitch hits the dirt, nice dig by the new catcher Thielen.
Well, you've got a lot of innings. If you've got 8 games in 6 days, you have a lot of innings. So it's important that you watch the pitch count and see if you can keep people.
Lifted foul, just on the wrong side of first base. So getting a chance to gear up and take another look at another pitch is Samuel Miller. You mentioned Jimmy struck out his first time up. He'll try to barrel up on this one. Maybe shorten his swing. Last time he kind of lunged at the pitch that came from Chapman. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and a breaking pitch up high. Too high. I was trying to match it too. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs,
and
too high.
Yes, yes.
Runner at third. Again, Cambridge for the 4th consecutive inning has a runner in scoring position, waved on, and that one is missed. 2nd consecutive strikeout. Now time for Miller's 2nd strikeout of this inning for the new pitcher, Justin Torgerson. And Cambridge is retired here in the top half of the 4th. We'll go to the bottom here. Anoka with a 2-0 lead, Jim.
Yeah, strikeouts, 2 more strikeouts. This one, a drop down curveball. And Miller just kind of waved at it. Those look so nice coming in, and then when they dart away as you go into your swing, it just makes it a little bit frustrating. And that's the 9th strikeout for the Tornadoes in 4 innings. So they're on a good pace.
You got it. And Coach Don, of course, wisely just getting some different players in. You want to kind of be able to build their confidence field at the plate. The more reps, the better, because you're really building as this season progresses. And you take a look at the radar, what's going on here. And
looks like as of right now, we look like we're okay. Your alma mater might be getting hit a little bit right now, and just outside of St. Cloud.
You got it, and it's coming actually from the area where I did grow up, down around the Morton area at Redwood Falls, and you can see it moving from Marshall on its way up, 42 miles an hour. You can see that speed of that storm moving in.
I'm glad Taylor was able to find the graphic for that. Thank you, Taylor.
Good look. There's the flag.
And that's more than 42. Well, that is probably less than 42 miles an hour, but it's whipping pretty good right now.
Well, it's Monday night ball here, Legion ball, the first Legion game. First time I've been able to call a game here from Castlefield. Always good to be here. And of course, speaking of Maverick, we have the wingman to our right, Jeff Iceman Nelson, on public address.
Ben Pachta is leading off.
Pachta comes in, and he 2 for 13 at 154. Tried a suicide squeeze that first time up, and unfortunately struck out with those bases juiced. Anoka still able to put and push together 2 more runs, or 2 runs that inning. That's where we stand now for bottom of the 4th. No one on, no one out, and Pachta will hit, and they'll flip the lineup with Anoka after he finishes his at bat. 1 ball, 1 strike. Wind a bit of a shift. You're seeing a little bit more of it coming straight in from center field. Here's Brown. And hard shot. It may find its way through, and I seen single at that time. Skoglund tried to extend and make that save. That'll be a base hit for Pachta. His 3rd hit of the season. And the leadoff runner is on for Anoka, and now they flip the lineup and get it to Shell. Sawyer Shell.
Yeah, Sawyer Shell comes in. He's struck out. Well, he struck out in the first inning, walked in the second inning. That one, you mentioned a seeing eye signal, and just off the end of the glove.
He had to cover a lot of ground. Even if he came up with that, I doubt that he was going to get. The base runner lunged that time at a bunt attempt by Sawyer Shell. Sawyer Shell that time foul. So 0-1 on the lead here by Brown. Brown working his 2nd inning after Skoglund made the start. But gave up a couple of runs. Both of those were earned.
See if we get anybody in motion. If we get Pachta in motion.
He's extending that lead, Jim, and they're going to throw over. Brown over there, Skilsey that time. Plies the tag. We're at the bottom of the 4th. 1 out, 1 on. Anoka with their leadoff hitter now stepping in and Shell. 0 for 1 tonight. A bunt popped up and out of play. So Shell lives to see another at bat. Coming into this game, Shell had 16 official at bats. He was 8 for 16. He actually had a total of 21 plate appearances on the season. So this is his 3rd of the night, 24th plate appearance of the season. He's 8 for 17. Runner on first. That's the number 9 hitter, Pachta, who reached on a single. Breaking pitch, a little too high. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Pachta's getting a large secondary lead. We'll have to see if they try to backpick him. But Pachta has no problem extending that lead after Ferguson goes.
He was moving left, right, moving his feet away from the base and then back at it. So I think Brown was just trying to catch him in between one of those moves. So we'll get a look here. Gabert had 1 throw down that went over the top of the shortstop, or second baseman. The shortstop fortunately was backing that throw. Concern now with Pachta at first base. 3rd throw over this at bat to Shell.
Well, that's what happens when you try to extend that lead, and people noticed, and everybody in the park noticed. He's got a good solid lead. There he goes.
Swung on and missed the throw down. No, it will not take place. Chell strikes out for the second time here tonight, but advancing to second on a stolen base is Pakta. And he went up top and just couldn't quite get the hands to the ball, Jim.
No, it looked like it was a hit and run, so Shell's committed to try to protect that runner, and that brings Pakta to second base and Deutschman, who's flowing out to the right fielder and the center fielder.
A couple of flyouts tonight for Deutschman with that wind that can cause some havoc. Saw that on the bobble by Chell. And of course a beautiful play in center field. Last inning by the Cambridge squad. 1-0 the count. Brown delivers outside. A little too wide as he was getting too concerned about Pakta at second base.
Yeah, Deutschman has done a nice job of working counts. We'll see if he gets, he's patient and lets that, for that one perfect pitch to see if he can get a hold of it.
Deutschman came in with a 286 average. Oh, it was almost behind. I think Deutschman was a bit stymied with that ball. Trying to figure out, do I duck?
Do I duck to back out? Or just take it off the...
A left-handed hitter getting this, and you're it's like, what the what? All right, 3-0 is the count. Deutschman 4 for 16 on the season. Brown delivers. And I'll say, here, here's one thing that is greatly underestimated is I really think Pakta has done a great job, but really distracting Brown, the pitcher. Each time he's getting out there, and I love the runners who understand that you're affecting and changing the behavior of the pitcher. You don't have to steal, but he's active out there. He's got some great footwork on.
Disruptive is what I would look. There's a walk, and you can almost give an assist, like you said, to Pakta. So runners on first and second now.
Walk for Deutschman, his 6th of the season, and that brings up Gons, Jake Gons. Gons came in hitting 400, and we are going to have another committee meeting on the mound. There's no one warming up for Cambridge, but I'm sure head coach out there, Jalen, is thinking, you know what, just stay focused. I don't want you to forget about that runner, but we got to have you around that plate. And, these types of games, you lose your fielders too because they're waiting so long and between pitches, and it's coming up and down. It loses a lot of that flow. So let's see what the discussion by the head coach for Cambridge could get their pitcher Brown settled. Again, he's in a second inning of work, and there's no one warming up for Cambridge. They trail just 2-0. But Anoka is looking to strike with 2 runners on and 1 out.
Gons has 1 RBI so far and no official at bat yet. He was hit by a pitch and then walked. Active on the bases. A lot of base runners so far.
Going again, first pitch. Nice job again. They watched, and Pakta got the jump. Stealing third base, his 2nd steal here this inning. Coach Don getting aggressive with it, and I like it because they picked up a little tell sign here by Brown. When he's going to release, when he's going to go, and he threw a strike though, but still runners at 2nd and 3rd here for the Tornadoes. This one's lifted foul.
Well, just a note that when Gons squared, neither of the first baseman or the third baseman charged.
No.
So you kind of, I'm going to steal a line from you, Joe. You put that on your mental hard drive for later on.
You got it. And it's obviously that, they're causing that pressure, right? And anxiety goes up, IQ goes down. You forget what you're going to do. And the runner's coming. You're wondering, what should I do? But the guy's squaring. Do I move? And they did nothing. And they didn't need to because they got the 2nd and 3rd easily. But I like that movement and creating some different behavior. Swung on and missed. A strikeout there, a key one as Gons goes down swinging. And officially moves to 4 for 11 on the season. Meanwhile, they're going to bring it up to the number 4 hitter who's had a lot of success this season in Colbert. There you get that fastball just a little late, getting that bat head out there, Jim.
Yeah, he had his good eye, looked through the ball and just missed, trying to go to left field.
This one's driven down the left field line, just foul, and they pounced on that first pitch. Did Colbert. Colbert comes in tied for the team lead in RBIs with 5, 6 for 13 on the season. Walked his first time up.
Cody, hard, faster, move.
0-1. Colbert looking to pick up a couple of ribbies here in the fourth. A 2-0 lead already for the Tornadoes. The delivery by Brown. This one's up and away. Tried to get him a chase.
Not by much. Good job. Good job.
Well, Brown is one pitch away from getting out of a pretty serious jam.
It is. In fact, it was Colbert actually who struck out his last time up. Doesn't chase. Good disciplined at bat. And you see that. Hey, when you're hitting well, you're disciplined at bat. You're not chasing and you're not lunging. And right now there's a 2-1 count. Runners second and third. Anoka with a wonderful opportunity to double their score. 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the fourth. Skips that one. A nice block by the catcher for Cambridge-Isanti.
Well, the occupation rate for bases for with runners for Anoka has been a lot. If in the first 3 innings they had left 6 on base, they've got 2 more on base right now.
3 balls, 1 strike, 2 runners on. This pitch is called a strike inside part of the plate. Kind of pounds the hands that time. Confident pitch.
Yeah, that was a good pitch. Let's see if he goes back to it.
He's run the count here. Has Brown. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on for Anoka. Here's the chance for them to double it up here in their run production. Bottom of the fourth, they're up 2-0. And swung on, and this is driven to left field. Coming in, and now it's going to make a catch in left field. A beautiful catch, a running catch. That outfield has saved them a couple of times this evening. Has Cambridge, and making a track and running that thing down is Larson.
A shutout so far, Joe, and really strikeouts have been kind of the way out for the Tornadoes.
They remind me a little bit of high school heavyweight wrestling, pin or be pinned. And it's either hit the ball or you're striking out. And as you mentioned, 9 for the game. I was in awe because Jeff Nelson had played a little Neil Diamond here as we started this inning, and I was thinking it was going to be a Boston flashback, like Neil Diamond was going to jump out of the public address booth and start singing. But Jeff, I think, tried to pretend that he was Jeff Diamond with some vocals. But anyway, doing a wonderful job.
Well, he's got a little look like Neil Diamond.
2-1 the count. And again, a change for pitchers for Anoka last inning. And it's worked well. And ground ball to short.
And that's picked up by Deutschman. Good throw over to Lang. And one easy out, and fielders don't know what to do when the ball's hit to them. I mean, it's been strikeout, strikeout, strikeout. But nice play by Deutschman.
And you see this, Torgerson keeps that ball low. Again, this is his 3rd appearance of the year. This is his 5th inning pitched, and trying to get some things back. He's had a couple of tough outings with an ERA of 7, but settling down here as he'd given up 7 hits and 3 earned runs, and has 5 strikeouts, add 2 more. He now has 7 on the season. But as you mentioned, Jim, it's been a lot of strikeouts for this Anoka staff here this evening.
So Tyler Gustafson steps in for Cody Randall. He's down 1 strike for Cambridge-Isanti. Pitch right off the hands. We'll see if Anderson can get it. He cannot. That one falls. That's one where you don't want to pick up the bat when it's April after that happens, because that one stings.
Absolutely. He came right inside. And you can see that's a good angle. Good camera shot there. And good call. You could see him drop his hands too. And many times on those off-speed pitches, you can get a hitter to drop those hands instead of staying on top of the ball. 0-2 count.
We have a all-star crew on tonight. Called straight back. Gustafson was on that one. That's one where you're Torgerson, you look and you know what, that's probably a little bit too meaty of a pitch on an 0-2 count. My guess is either you climb the ladder or you slow it down a little bit. We'll see what Thielen calls. He slowed it down, fouled. First baseman Lang trying to get over there, makes the catch.
Had to keep an eye on that dugout, makes the play, both feet in. Little toe drag swag to make that out and make the catch. So 1 down is always good. I'll tell you, it just sets the tone. You don't understand the mindset of getting that first out of the inning. And because Cambridge has had runners in scoring position each of the previous 4 innings, you like to try to keep those bases clean.
Yeah, you got it. There's good breaking pitch there.
Good sweeping one there by Torgerson that forced the hitter to kind of take guard and kind of defend himself, thinking it was going to hit. Comes right back with the same thing. Good location.
Copeland struck out his last time. He walked in the first inning, was stranded at second base. And 2 strikes, 2 outs, pitched from Torgerson. Some high cheese, didn't let Copeland did not chase.
Tried to get a little extra velo on that pitch. Left it up high.
Here's Torgerson. Ripped out to left field. That ball is over the head of Carter Olson. Olson on a throw to Deutschman's throw, relay, and they got him as he tried to take an extra base. And and Anderson applied the tag. Good job by Olson to get that ball into Deutschman. Deutschman, see right there, Deutschman with the cut, quick relay, and beautiful throw right into Anderson. Anderson, great camera work there. Look at this, beautiful tag.
And you know what? His foot was off. A good angle. His foot was off by just a couple inches. Didn't hit that base yet. It looked like, I thought he was safe under it, at least from this angle. But that camera angle really solidified the fact that he was tagged out just maybe a couple of inches before that foot hit the bag. Good hustle by the behind the plate umpire who's covering the whole field to get out there and make that call.
Yeah, you want to talk about a tough gig. Try to do 100 degrees with all the equipment on and having to cover all 4 bases.
Oh yes, Neil Diamond.
Yes, there we go.
Made his way back. There it is.
And actually, this is karaoke for Jeff.
Bottom of the 5th as we were coming here.
Brown back out again for his third inning of work. And coming up, scheduled up is Austin, Lang, Anderson, and Poseiler. And I think we saw Brown actually singing along with it.
I think he was. Starts a little something. Kind of a good moment. And speaking of moment, kudos as Carter Olson comes from the public address announcer's booth to jump out to the field, has a fly ball, a shot go over his head, stays poised, makes a strike to the cutoff to Deutschman, and then narrows it. There's a crowd there taking a look, enjoying that Neil Diamond kind of eating music.
Yes.
Oh.
There's nothing like Legion baseball in the summer with Neil Diamond, hot dogs, and that. I tell you, this is Castle Field is by far the best venue in the North Metro.
And Jim, you mentioned it earlier. Coming up, the talent that's going to be playing here and that level of talent from across the country for Legion ball is phenomenal. You got to get out here and watch these. This is unbelievable World Series, Legion talent, and you'll be shocked at what you're seeing in your backyard here and on a great venue. So we are at that bottom of the fifth, and let's see what Cambridge can do. So far, Jim, that outfield has saved them. They've made two outstanding catches.
Absolutely. Oh, there was probably a lap for Coach Garlick as that one goes through 5-hole.
Took that knee also to try to get it.
Let's see right here.
Let's look at the technique here.
Yep. Goes down.
Oh, yeah. See, you got to start with that hand down, that glove hand down, and move it up. And I'll bet he's never heard that before.
Driven out to right field. And coming in on 3 or 4 steps was Cody Randall. And that actually, that's Gustafson out there now. But and then when you put up your hands afterwards to the coach, that usually doesn't play.
No sympathy. I'm sure he's getting heckled now from behind those fans.
Probably more from the dugout.
Yeah. Lang is retired. Anderson now steps in.
Pitch up. Lang or Anderson last time flew out to center field on a beautiful catch. That was
he hit a rope. Whoa! It went to the warning track, and he made that catch. I thought that thing was at least a double.
And this one's deep to left field. Ball is off the fence. It goes off the fence, and Anderson, he's going to try for third too. And the throw in, he is not in time.
He's got some wheels. I got to tell you, he has got some wheels as that fly ball continued to drift to left field and then hit the base of the fence. And Anderson just was full throttle all the way.
You see right there, just ran out of real estate as that ball continued to push to the left with the wind. Now the great thing, the difference between what happened last inning when you got thrown out at third with 2 outs is you end the inning. This, you can score on a fly ball with 1 out. So good play by Anderson to get the third base. Pitch upstairs. Infield in for Cambridge-Isanti.
Hoheisel steps in. Hoheisel got his first hit the season, his last time up. Stranded on base, but let's see right now. They got to move that number to Anoka. They've been sitting on that 2 spot since the 2nd inning, and they've had a chance to extend the lead a couple of opportunities as the Tornadoes. And Jim, now's their time where they got to come in. The infield is in, at least shortstop now coming closer, so everyone pretty much on the grass defensively.
Drilled out into the right center field. That one's going to find a gap. That'll score Anderson. We'll see what Matt
Hoheisel that time now with his first RBI of the season and his 2nd consecutive at bat with a hit. He's now 2 for 4 on the season. He just had limited plate appearances coming in. He had 2 plate appearances coming into the game, now he's 2 hits his last 2 at-bats, and now for an average of 500 and an RBI as he knocks in Anderson.
And Noah Thielen will have his first at-bat in place of Rodriguez. He took over for catching a couple innings ago. Rodriguez 1 for 2. He had a bunt single, and then he popped up on the next opportunity he had with a bunt. Nice catch by the catcher.
You got it, Thielen hitting 200 on the season. Again, everyone trying to get their at-bat. Stolen base attempt here. Hoheisel is down and makes that steal.
Yeah, double clutch by Giebert back behind the dish as he
it's the 4th stolen base for Anoka tonight, and they put another runner in scoring position. Thielen, 13 plate appearances, officially 2 for 10 on the season, has an RBI. Chance for another here. Monday Night Lights is what this is quickly coming.
Straight back right off the hands. Good pitch inside. And Brown. Now we've seen some hard hits. We didn't see many blistering shots off of Skoglund, but we have off of Brown. Brown has been tagged a couple of times. We'll see if Thielen can continue that trend. Brown ripped down the line, scooped by the third baseman and throwing him. What a play.
What a laser. Hey, he fielded that ball around the ankles. Nice job at third on this play, and then that throw was a laser all the way to first in the air on target for the second out. Boy, that was a heck of a defensive gem, and that was the first one on the infield for Cambridge. They've had 2 in the outfield already just to hold the Anoka squad to 3 runs, but they have changed the number, has Anoka, from 2 to 3 here in the bottom of the 5th, and they're threatening for another run.
Hoheisel moves up to third. Good job by Hoheisel. He was able to hold, and then he knew that it was going to be a long throw. He started getting over to third, and just not enough time to be able to have the return throw from first. So you've got your runner at third base now, 2 outs. Brings up Ben Pachta. Pachta singled last time up.
I'll tell you, it's everything's kind of that mindset, and I'm a believer that MPO mindset is the biggest predictor of outcomes. And so Pachta got that base hit, got a little moxie going, stole a couple of bases, really a disruption for the pitcher Brown last time he was on the base path. He stole second and third. First and second rather, and got to third, and you could just see he was in the mind of the pitcher Brown his last time he reached base, and now he wants to see what he can do to punch out his 2nd consecutive hit here tonight.
And with that, we're going to tell you that it's actually Michael McGonigal up to the plate right now, so sorry, Joe.
Hey.
Boy, there's a pinch hitter, but nice job by Pachta. Driven out to center field. Coming in is Copeland. Copeland, easy catch.
Well, I wanted an accuracy, so thank you. That's fine.
Well, the Anoka Tornadoes pick up another run at the end of 5. It is Anoka 5, Cambridge-Isanti 3. Joe will be back with a call when we return.
Saints are back. Gordon dives, has it, goes second for 1 on the first. Double play! Hit in, right field, well hit, way back, it is gone! Catch live coverage of tomorrow's big league stars right here on this community station.
Where's your emergency?
Everyone's on their way. What happened? Your friend's not breathing. Please get my mom and dad. Oh my God!
Yes, cooling the gang, I believe. And we are at the top half of the sixth. Joe Rulin along with Jim Crash-Childs as we are at Castle Field for Legion ball here in Anoka. With a 3-0 lead, changed their number last inning by putting up a straight number. 3-0 lead against Cambridge as Cambridge now comes to bat, and Torgerson still in here for Anoka. He has thus far had, I believe, 2 strikeouts, and this is his 3rd inning. He is starting to work.
So a couple of changes out in right field. Logan Juggling is playing right field. Out in left field, we had mentioned Carter Olson. And at second base is Michael McGonigal, that is now at second. And now at first for the Cambridge-Isanti is Jackson Skoglund.
Yeah, Skoglund got hit with that pitch. They're checking a look, making sure he's okay. That thing looked like it hit him right smack in the thigh or near that IT band. So runner at first. And now here's a chance here for Cambridge. We say it because in all but one of their innings, they've been able to get runners in scoring position. This time it's the leadoff hitter. And Skoglund's got some get up and go. He may try to steal here.
Brown hitting for Moreno. Moreno had struck out twice.
9 total strikeouts thus far for the Anoka staff. Swung on, missed just a bit behind, and got a piece of it, it sounded like, and he held on to it. Coming into this game, the ERA, team ERA for Anoka, it came in at 3.92 ERA so far. Working that shutout, but Cambridge has a runner on first. Skoglund swung on and missed. 10th strikeout of the game now issued for Anoka. 11. And
that was the 6th strikeout for Torgerson there.
As they work this in now, so next hitter coming up. Trying to advance that runner, but runner's going this time. Another hit and run maybe, or the runner just got a good jump and decided to take off.
Well, right now you're down. You're fighting against not the clock, but the outs. There are 5 outs remaining for Cambridge-Isanti. They've got to get someone in scoring position. They've had they've had runners in every inning. The last inning it was thrown out at third for the 3rd out, but they've had runners in every inning.
Torgerson looks at the runner. Larson the hitters. Good crisp fastball. Good precision that time. He snapped that one off and dotted the outside part of the plate. Up 0-2 in this account as well. Lincoln Larson. They need to get some additional runners on, and time is called again. Cambridge really first couple of innings, guys at second and third, and guys at second, no outs. Bases were, well, second and third and no outs for Cambridge. And Anoka shut them down. They were not able to get anything. There's a hard drive, ground ball down, and a foul off the 3rd baseline. Here at Castle Field, you get a good look at the fans. And you know, each game I always applaud the camera crew, especially tonight. We have one on top of the first base dugout, and some of the line drives I know I've seen Jane and Noel, a few of them out there as well on the 3rd base dugout on some of those windy days. So thank you for that and providing some great angles. There's a good look there. Throw back now is Torgerson on the mound, toeing the rubber. This is his 3rd inning.
We have a new camera person. Carrington is out on the
sweeping breaking pitch, misses. Carrington is out where? Center?
I think she's in center. I'm not sure. I believe she's out in center. This is her first game on cameras for QCTV. Outstanding find.
I agree. There's the one in the dirt. Throw down is going to be off the mark. Easily get to second is Skoglund, and runner again, scoring position. That's been the case 5 of the 6 innings today for Cambridge as they still trail 3-0. There's Carrington. Look at that.
There she is.
Bringing the A game. Looking always, hey. Now if she can catch the ball while she's shooting it when one comes out there and in action, that would be a web gem.
Yes.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, if she doesn't, she's not getting a ride home.
Jim's daughter out there taking the peek. Swung on and missed. Another strikeout. The 11th of the game here for Cambridge. Anoka walking the ladder again. Torgerson for another strikeout. So 2 outs as we go here in the top of the 6th. Runner remains at second. Full throttle. Got that pitch. You can see the hands slipped right behind. So
that was wrong. 4th strikeout for Torgerson there.
Correct. As
7 by Chapman in the first 3 innings.
Chapman had 6 in a row. Swung on and missed there. He had struck out the hitters 3 up, 3 down for Cambridge in the 2nd and the 3rd, and then Torgerson's first hitter he faced as he came in the 4th, he struck out. So 1.7 consecutive strikeouts for Anoka pitching, but they have 11 tonight, and right now a 1-1 count.
3 hits so far for Cambridge-Isanti, and none of them have been cheap. They've all been line drives.
This by Gabert. He looks like he had a nice lace his last time up. This on the outside part of the plate. Good location. And we are 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Gabert's got 2 hits, 2 out of the 3 hits. 1 to right field, a single, nice single to right field, and then driven 1 to the gap.
Off, that's a pass, just gets by. Catcher for Anoka all the way back. And finally there. Corralled it back, but runner at third, which has been a norm for Cambridge, but they've just not been able to push the runs across. Runner at third, 2 outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. We are at the top of the 6th. Good work inside. I always like when a pitcher can come inside, have the confidence to have that control and work those hands of the hitter. Torgerson, ground ball, hit the 3rd, gets by. A 2-hopper that time, but unable to pull it in that time. So Anoka, we'll see what that's going to be considered a hit or an error, but nonetheless, the first run of the game comes across for Cambridge. So with 2 outs, they get things going.
I'd call that a hit.
Krantz now steps in. It's just that second hop coming up. You got to either attack it.
I've been overruled by the scorer. That is an error.
Second error of the game.
So that's a nice 2 for 3 night so far for Gabert.
The PA/hit error judge, Jeff Nelson. I would agree with Jeff. 2 outs and the second error here of the game for Anoka. And Cambridge has now pushed a run across. They're going to try to keep this 2-out rally going. They trail just by 2, bottom of the 6th. This one's a check swing down the first base line. It's fouled, but unable to run under it and haul it in was Lang.
It was one of those excuse me swings that you're just hoping lands somewhere that isn't in a glove. And you get to fight for another pitch. So down 0-2.
Krantz, I think, has a couple of strikeouts already tonight.
He's got 1 strikeout, and he grounded out the second baseman, Pakta, last time.
Well, let's see if he throws a deuce here. Trying to move it there. A fastball up and tight. Wow. Strikeout. Number 12 on the night for Team Anoka. An impressive fastball. That had some spunk and get up and go and caught him up and jammed him on that swing. So nice job by Torgerson. And after 6 complete, Cambridge comes across with 1. And we have a 3-1 lead. We'll bring you back. We're going to stay here for the bottom of the 6th. I don't know why. I kept thinking we were going to the 7th. I'm jumping ahead of myself. And that had some smoke.
That certainly did. Yeah,
Good pitch. I love that pitch.
And Joe, both you and I have coached, like I've mentioned before, and there are many times that you wish you could get to the bottom of the 7th inning quickly. so yes, yeah.
Look at the crowds and some of the swag wardrobe going on here tonight, and also the flag you can see blowing in. We're right in the press box straight away, and straight up from home plate on a beautiful evening with a great facility here, Castlefield, Anoka.
You can see our truck out to the left there, and I would have bet. I mean, this is usually where the truck gets hit. I mean, this ballpark has many signatures on that truck. And
you know, with the fast pitch season for softball, it takes some dings, but I don't. Maybe one this year. So great location. You got to, you know, it's like real estate. Location, location, location. They've been able to optimize, but great to be out here and with the QCTV crew, getting some A game on the camera. And
yeah, we're going to. I know that we'll show the schedule, but I know that QCTV will be covering Legion and Town Ball for the rest of the summer. We've got games with the Aces, the Low Gators, the Bucks, Anoka Legion, Champlain Park Legion, and of course Andover as well. So exciting summer, lots of baseball, and there's Coach G, Don Garlick.
Doing a good job here tonight, jumping them out.
The all-time wins leader at Andover High School.
Very true, very true. So we're going here to the bottom of the 6th. Anoka wants to get back to a 3-run lead. They can here, if not even more. Stepping in here, number 18. For Anoka, and that is, in fact, Logan Jungling. Jungling limited at plate appearances, like most players this time of the season, just 8. Currently 1 for 7 coming into this game. Brown misses up high. Brown now starting to work his 4th inning rather.
I think it's great that, you know, you got 15 guys that all played tonight, and it's important to make sure that everybody gets a chance to. I think they've got 1 injured player, but 14 have played tonight. So, you know, great crowd, warm nights. You know, we're here. It's great to see all the players get out there.
Yeah, well, I mean, you've even had one with dual citizenship here tonight. He spent some time up here in the public address, Heather Olson, and then he went out to left field, recovered from a ball over his head to throw a dime to Deutschman, and Deutschman with a relay throw in time. So we're seeing some, let's just say, fluid, shall we say, a lot of pivot play by this Anoka squad. We have a 3-1 count now. Brown delivers. Swung on, popped up. Should have this to second in time, and then corralled there by Cambridge for the first out here, bottom of the 6th. And Jungling is retired for Anoka. That'll bring up number 16, Jacob Deutschman. Deutschman came into this game hitting .286, an on-base percentage of .474.
So 3-1 count. You know, I know that he'll probably get coached up. That's, you know, something, you know, understand where your hot zone is, and you've got eight at bats. You'll get more, and he's going to get, Jungling will get his get locked in here as we go in. So
Deutschman's 4th plate appearance, I believe, of the night.
It is his 3rd official plate appearance, his second, his 4th plate appearance. He's 0 for 2 with a walk.
Missing on that pitch is Brown, 2-0. Another pitcher warming up here for Cambridge, should they need that. Maybe just stretching out for that next game, but just down by 2, Cambridge. This one's ripped down to first base line, and just foul. It'll reset, and it's now a 2-1 count to Deutschman. And Wayden continues to blow. This time now, again, since about the 4th inning, it's been blowing in from center. about 20 miles an hour. Here's a pitch down low, not digging after it. Good job. Way to stay poised, and now he's got himself a hitter's count. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, and Anoka would sure love to get an insurance run here in the bottom of the 6th. Brown delivers up high, and they get a base runner.
Patient at bat again. Deutschman's had 4 of them so far that he's been real patient with the at bat, working the count.
That's the key, is not chasing those for Deutschman. It's walk number 7 on the season for him.
And Carter Olson up now, left fielder. 1 out. We'll see if Anoka can.
Had I known Olson was 0 for 6 when he was up here in the PA booth, I would have had a discussion with him. But
work on his load, and yeah, I can see that.
I think I would have just straight ribbed him, no coaching included. It's all about where dreams die and doubts begin in the Joe Rulin School of Coaching. It's all about my egos. There's a pitch missing. He's got a 2-0 count. Let's see if Olson can capitalize from that valuable insight and that time he spent with all of us up here in the public address and announcer's booth. It would be a good time for a nice base hit to get Deutschman on his way to 3rd. They've got some scoring punch also coming right behind Olson. That is Anoka.
We'll see if our good luck rubs off. 2-0 pitch. It's got to be a fastball he's going to lace right here. Oh, just off.
That just off the mark?
It was like he heard us.
You got it. Just to the left of the plate. Off the netting, 2 balls, 1 strike. And we talked about, Jim, the strikeouts that Cambridge has. They've struck out 12 times tonight, and the Anoka pitching has been phenomenal. What are the strikeouts we have here for Anoka on the night?
Anoka has, I'm looking at it right now. That's 6 strikeouts so far tonight. Throw down a second base, not in time.
Another stolen base. I have that as number 6. 6 stolen bases tonight for Anoka, and a swing and a miss that time by Olson. He'll get another look here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. We are in the bottom of the 6th. Castle Field, American Legion baseball. Loved playing it. I enjoyed it so much.
Yeah, this was
swung on, base hit for Olson. Hey, he gets it, and he's going to get an RBI. No, they'll hold him up at 3rd. That throw was coming in with some accuracy. Good job there, and Olson collects his first hit of the season. That makes it 1 for 7, but he put a good swing on the ball, got the barrel head on it. And
you look at that, what a great swing. Those lefties, I tell you, they just know how to hit that outside pitch to go the opposite way. That was a beautiful pitch.
I think he'll be saying one thing now he's at first base. Good talk, Joe. Good talk. So, runners at 1st and 3rd. Another pitching change coming here for Cambridge. He was warming up. I didn't know we'd get some time to see him, but number 3 now comes in for Cambridge. And it looks like it's going to be Jacob Moreno.
He started at shortstop, so he will go in, and he has to go in the spot where he was. That's where Brown was. So Brown will come out, Moreno will go in.
We're going to step away for just a moment as they get.
Andover, Minnesota. 34.84 square miles and 33,000 strong. Home of the Huskies. Residing in the state where hockey is king, with a new battle for the crown each winter. 16 teams, 14 games, 1 ultimate dream. But in the end, only 2 teams reigned victorious in the state of hockey, which makes Andover the city of champions.
Still gives me chills, Joe.
It does. What? I wouldn't call it a miracle on ice. I would call it many, many moments on ice. That was just a heck of a season for both the boys and the girls. Good piece put together there. And still, congratulations to Andover. Right, the city of champions when it comes to that hockey. Good season.
Yeah, you can have the track team in there, too, the boys track team. Who
absolutely
won that. Here comes.
Yep, a lot of success for, and especially a lot of those seniors for Andover this year. Fouled back, and are they going to get to this first pitch by Moreno? Good effort by all three of the Cambridge players, but unable to get at it.
Hake with a try there to reel it in, and went right through his hands. So both coaches with errors so far tonight.
Yes, sirree. It's contagious.
Yeah. Let's see if somebody steals. I would imagine with one strike, we'll probably see runner on first go pretty soon.
Colbert couldn't catch up with that pitch. He's down 0-2. Came in with 5 RBIs. Tied for the team lead in that category, and a pretty good average as well, but hasn't quite hit stride here tonight. Delay still going, and the runner falls down. They're going to try to get the runner. He's almost home, and success on that delay steal. Olsen, I think, was trying to stop. And
I don't know exactly what happened there.
He's been all over tonight.
Yeah,
outfield, base path here.
It looked like it was a planned dive. We're going to say it was a planned dive since he took coaching from us up here. But yeah.
Well, nonetheless, Barker here a chance to get another RBI, and this goes behind him. So I've been a big run there for Anoka. They put it up 4-1, and here you can see him cutting out, taking off, and then just stumbles a bit, puts his hands up and says, "Why aren't you leaving?" And then they didn't even make a throw back down to get him, so he's able to get himself to second. It's called manufacturing some productivity.
Yes. He's in scoring position, absolutely. I hit by Colbert, and they strike up another. They'll put it up to 5 runs.
He's becoming quickly an icon here tonight. As Olsen, this one's lifted in the air to right. Let's see, it's been a troubling wind tonight, and coming in to make that catch. By the time he made the catch, he was about 15 yards off the infield. And good play there just to stay tracked with it. Unfortunately, Colbert is retired.
Yeah, it's that wind, the second baseman really could have taken that. And you'd like to see at least getting over there, because that could drop easily.
Stepping in, Lang. Is that... I say that hesitantly because I thought maybe I saw a different change there, but it is Lang, Austin Lang. He came in as a .231 average, his 4th appearance tonight at the dish for the Tornadoes.
He's put the ball in play all 3 times, 2 flyouts to right field and a ground out to the shortstop.
Sure, he'd like to improve that hitting percentage, which goes to 3 for 16. 2-0 count, 3-0, and Moreno trying to work some off-speed pitches here, but having trouble with the location. Runner on second, that's Olsen. Called a strike there. Chance for Lang to knock in the most recent Anoka icon, Olsen, at second, and strike 2 as Lang gets his second pitch.
Yeah, it's really good to see the hitters understand that, hey, this wasn't my pitch. I'm gonna let that one go. I'm gonna live to fight another one, see if I can get a good pitch. Let's see if this one's driven out into the gap.
Fastball, there it is to right field, tracking it and making the catch. And then at the end there is Cambridge and Glandel, and we are at the end of 6 complete. Did we want to take a break or keep it here? As We are set here.
So
we are going to take a break. We'll return for the top half of the 7th. Anoka extends their lead to 3, 4-1.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
we are back for the top of the 7th inning. Anoka up 4-1. And Torgensen out there for his 4th inning of work. And he'll
Johnson gets his first look. He'd come in earlier a couple of times to run for the catcher, but his first plate appearance for Tanner Johnson.
There was some kind of changeup with Thielen and Torgensen going out there just to make sure, because that was a fastball that went literally right through everything. It was a catchable ball. So
yeah, that was a Bull Durham hit the mascot, right? Hit the bull. Pitch.
So Johnson in. He's, like you said, he's run a couple times. He was at second base. This top of the last inning, fastball in there for a strike.
Again, I like that fastball by Torgensen, pounding the inside part of the plate, the hands. He's not going to allow him just to kind of look at the middle and out. Comes back with another velo-based pitch and misses that one. So you want to get this leadoff hitter. It sets the tone for the rest of the inning. And here they're 3 outs away, Anoka, from their 3rd straight win.
Yeah, and to be honest, there's no reason to really mess with anything but a fastball right now. Let them put it in play. Let your defense work behind it, which has been pretty good so far. And there's his 6th strikeout.
Strikeout number 13 by the Anoka staff here this evening.
I'll bring up the first baseman, Tony Stilsky, who is 0 for 2 so far. Struck out in the 2nd inning, grounded out the shortstop. The lefty stands in there. First baseman made a nice play on a tag in the 4th inning.
Chapman started.
There's a fastball that Stilsky's behind.
Yeah, Chapman started for Anoka, and again, he came into the ERA of 0. That was his 3rd start of the season.
Foul just right outside the third base, in between the third base coach and the third base. Outfielders have moved over, anticipating an opposite field drive. Same thing with the infielders. Let's see. Throws it on the outside. Strike 3. That pitch was...
the doctor is in, and he delivers. As you can see, they have kind of nicknames on the back of their jerseys. His is the doctor, Torgensen. And so the doctor delivers. Strikeout number 14 on the game.
So Tyler Gustafson steps in. 1 out away is Anoka from securing their 3rd victory of the season.
Both these pitchers, Jim, with 7 strikeouts apiece for Anoka.
Yeah, this one popped up. Anderson is under it, and he catches it, and that's it. The Anoka Tornadoes take the game tonight against Cambridge-Isanti 4-1. Most importantly, they are on a winning streak as they start in their impressive and lots of innings ahead of them with 8 games in 6 days. Joe, 4-1, and you can't say enough about these two pitchers.
They shut them down. 13 has got to be the team high on that season, and they delivered and they got some timely hits for the win.
Yeah, absolutely. So the line tonight, 4 runs, 6 hits, and 2 errors for the Anoka, Cambridge-Isanti, with 1 run and 3 hits. And the final score is 3-1. Cambridge-Isanti falls to 2-4. Anoka goes to 3-3. And what an outstanding job by the crew tonight out on the cameras and on the truck, in the truck. And well, it was a pleasure to work with the Joe Knows All, Joe Ruland, who did an outstanding job tonight. Thank everybody for joining us. Lots of baseball this summer, and we'll be back on Wednesday night. But thanks again for joining us from Castle Field tonight. Anoka 4, Cambridge-Isanti 1. Have a great night.